Come here. Say hi. Hi, and welcome to Nurturing Compassion. I'm Nicole, and this is Charlie. He is my emotional support animal as well as my best friend, and I just got back with Charlie from studying abroad in Scotland. We flew United both there to Edinburgh as well as our return flight back to the US with that airline, and I just wanted to give my honest feedback about how that was and what to be aware of if you're interested in flying United with your support animal. If you have not done already, please be sure to hit the red subscribe button down below. I post videos on a weekly basis, and I would love to see you back here. There's been a whole lot of horror stories out there about flying United, and I just wanted to clear that up because honestly, I had a lovely experience. I think that they've really cleaned up their act. I know that I was kind of terrified. I only had a few options of what flights I could pick to fly into Edinburgh just because of how strict their animal laws are. If you want to hear more about this, as well as here's some tips on how you can make sure your travels with your best pal will go as safely as possible, please stay tuned. So I know that there's been all kinds of stories out there about how awful United is and all the horrible things that they've done to emotional support animals or made people do to their emotional support animals. So I knew that when I was going into this that I had to be double, triple, quadruple checking everything because this baby is my love and my life. Right from the beginning, I made the decision that if someone asks me to do something to my dog that I know isn't good for my dog, I'm not gonna do it. I knew that I would, if it was before the flight, I would say, okay, well, I'm not getting on this flight then. I'm gonna go work out whatever needs to be worked out and come back. I don't care if it costs money. This family member is priceless. I also made the decision that if something happened in the air, that I would say, I'm sorry, no. You can sue me, and when we get back to the ground, we can talk about this, but I'm not putting my animal in danger. So I made those decisions, which kind of eased my stress. I also made a lot of phone calls and was double, triple checking about what the requirements are and what I needed to do. What I found was that United's requirements were not very unreasonable. Essentially, all you need to do for bringing your dog on your flight with you in the cabin is fill out 3 forms. I will link those 3 forms down below. Essentially, 1 form is filled out by you, 1 form is filled out by your vet, and a 3rd form is filled out by your doctor, just to show that you have evidence that you do need an emotional support animal. Once you submit those forms and you get a clear email from them indicating that you've been approved, you're good to go. The great news is that these forms last for an entire year. So if you want to fly with your animal again, you can do so. The catch is that you do have to submit these forms before each flight. So make sure that you're doing that. Do not just show up at the airport for your next flight to Florida expecting them to know that you are bringing an animal. They need to be made aware of that on every single flight. So do that. On the flight there, I was expecting to be able to have Charlie on my lap. That was not allowed. He needed to be down at my feet, but I had purchased a seat with more space in the floor so that I could accommodate Charlie, thinking that that might happen. My dad just came home, so Charlie's going to go say hi. So Charlie pretty much just laid down. I set up a coat, some blankets, and that was fine. He just slept the whole time. He's a very mellow dog, so I knew it wouldn't be a problem. Well, Charlie's gone. That kind of defeats the purpose of the angle of this video. I wanted you to see him while I was talking. The point is that I didn't run into any trouble on my flight, and I don't know if part of that has to do with the fact I have a very mellow dog and people didn't really know he was on there till I was getting off. The forms are very reasonable. I definitely understand why they look for the 3 forms that they do. They were very accommodating. I know on the way there that they would not officially clear my documents until they got confirmation from Scotland that he was allowed to fly, and they were very quick with following up with me when I would ask them, have you received confirmation yet, or what do I need to do to make sure that I get this confirmation? From the beginning, I was on the phone with United asking questions, and they were very responsive. Even on the phone, the woman was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you called about providing these documents so early because it is a big process bringing your animal to the UK. We'd be happy to help in any way we can." I mean, hi Puppin! Hello baby! Oh, he's a little camera shy. It was just completely fine, and I don't know if that's because they've cleaned up their act since they've had incidences or what, but there is certainly a whole lot of people in United that are totally supportive and just want to help you make sure that you and your animal have the safest journey possible. Overall, don't be afraid of United. If you need to fly with them, they are just fine when it comes to emotional support animals, as long as you are doing your part in providing all the documents, all the paperwork, and just letting people know that you're flying with your animal. I hope that if you're flying United soon with your animal, whether it's a domestic or international flight, this video gave you a little bit of peace of mind. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them in the best possible way I can. I think that emotional support animals are fantastic and that they have the potential to make such a big impact in people's lives. I know that getting Charlie documented, I guess is what you want to call it, as an emotional support animal was one of the best things that I've ever done for my mental health. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Hi baby!